This news update is brought to you by...
You got an upgrade for Christmas.
If you're feeling lucky, you could win some money.
An upgrade for Christmas.
$200,000 in cash and prizes. With Lime, you could win some money. It's Lime's Christmas Lottery. 250 winners this Christmas, oh yeah.
Sign up for upgrade to super fast broadband, Lime TV, e-billing, a data plan. Top up $15. Purchase a handset or text 4263 to enter.
Upgrade for Christmas.
Welcome to the Barbados Today afternoon update. It's Tuesday, January 13, 2015. I'm Kamar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. Begin with news from Parliament, where the House Speaker, Michael Carrington, recuses himself from the chair at the start of today's sitting of Parliament. This after the newly appointed leader of the opposition business in the House, Santia Bradshaw, raised a strong objection to his remaining in his seat in light of a recently publicized legal dispute between Carrington, who is an attorney, and one of his clients. The Speaker immediately left the chamber and was replaced by the Deputy Speaker, Mara Thompson. It was unclear whether this situation would obtain for the full duration of today's session. On the Labour front, they vowed to march, and they did. The National Union of Public Workers led more than 100 people, including SAC workers of the National Conservation Commission, through the streets of the capital Bridgetown this morning, demanding justice for the dismissed workers who have been left empty-handed since last May. To cheers of support from some Barbadians on the sidelines, the placard-bearing demonstrators called for a fair deal as they pledged not to give up their fight until their plight is addressed. Our Carol Williams was there and has this full report.
An estimated 125 people who formerly worked at the National Conservation Commission, Beautify Barbados, and other areas hit the streets of Bridgetown this morning. The march lasted about an hour and a half, with demonstrators chanting, "Low must go, we shall overcome," and singing other songs. Intermittent rainfall did not put a damper on the demonstrators, who were accompanied by a heavy police presence. The National Union of Public Workers Acting General Secretary Roslyn Smith said at the end of the march that she is pleased with the turnout and the objectives were met. She said there won't be any retreating. Reporting from Queen's Park, Carol Williams for Barbados Today.
Thank you, Carol. Well, at the same time, the Acting General Secretary Roslyn Smith tells the Housing Minister Dennis Kelman she has nothing to prove. At the constituency branch meeting over the weekend, Mr. Kelman described the NUPW's protest as a power play on Smith's part. But the union leader has dismissed the comment, saying it's in poor taste.
As a veteran paid unionist of 42 years, I don't believe that the statement really is correct. Industrial relations from time to time calls for protest action. And this action is no different than any other action that would have been taken over the years. I cannot take it on my own to ratify a march. Council did so, and I'm carrying out as an employee of the union, a CEO of the union, carrying out instructions. So I totally disagree with Mr. Kelsman's assessment or understanding of it. I understand I have not heard it, but I think it's in poor taste at this point in time.
Meantime, union officials say there are still too many gray areas in the Employment Rights Act, and they're calling for a revamp of the legislation, which has been in place for almost 2 years now. During the Barbados Employers Confederation's first open forum for the year, the Chief Labour Officer Vincent Burnett admitted that changes were needed.
The same way we got together in the first place and put them together, we need to be able to do the same thing, get together and look at these areas, look directly at the concerns, and be able collectively together to come up with answers that would suit what we want, and therefore amend the legislation to deal with those.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings.
at the Naniki Barbados Music Festival January 15, 17, and 18, featuring Denise Jana, David Rudder, and Maxi Priest. Be at the Frank Cullimer Hall January 15th as Denise Jana presents Ella, a tribute to jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald. Then on January 17th, Maxi Priest takes over Holders, and David Rudder unites the Caribbean on January 18th on the lush grounds of Naniki. Other featured acts include Debbie Reefer, Nikita and C4, Albert Olton, and Biggie Irie. Tickets are $80 general, $250 VIP. Visit any TicketPal outlet or nanikimusic.com. The Naniki Barbados Music Festival is brought to you by JetBlue, DB South Winds, Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., The Sandpiper, Settlers Beach, and TicketPal.
To sports now, West Indies captain Darren Sammy is aiming for a clean sweep of the 2020 International against South Africa. And he suggests this could mean some changes in the Windies side. The West Indies are currently leading the series 2-0. The final bowls off tomorrow in Durban. Well, of course, you know where our money is with our homeboys, of course. Good luck to them. To news from the region, authorities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines revised the official number of fatalities following yesterday's deadly bus crash as the country tries to come to grips with the tragedy. Health officials say they can only confirm that 5 people were killed after a minibus transporting passengers, most of them students, plunged into the sea at Rock Gutter. Authorities say 2 people are missing and 14 others were hospitalized. Earlier figures suggested that 7 people had been confirmed dead. Over in Trinidad, the Attorney General Anand Ramlogan hits back at critics of the government, who say that recent talk about the resumption in hangings is a political cheap move. More now in this TV6 report.
With 18 murders in just 12 days, the government is talking about using hangings as a crime-fighting tool and bringing legislation back to the parliament to enable it. Attorney General Anand Ramlogan said he dispatched a letter to the opposition leader since 2011, formally requesting the PNM's participation in bilateral discussions on the issue.
Up to now, the government cannot receive a proposal from the PNM, not even orally, not even in writing. It is as though they are bankrupt of any ideas to produce anything for us to consider.
Back in 2011, the government brought a hanging bill to Parliament, which failed to get the opposition support. However, opposition leader Dr. Keith Rowley is accusing the government of political mischief, saying he's not going to partake in what he calls their silly games.
On the international front, France and Jerusalem hold funeral services for several people killed in last week's terrorist attacks in Paris. Israeli leaders and the families of 4 Jewish victims of the attack on a kosher supermarket held an emotional procession today as they remembered their loved ones. In central Paris, President François Hollande honored the 3 police officers who died during what has been described as 3 days of horror. A total of 17 people were killed by Islamist gunmen, including journalists, during the deadly attacks. And on that note, we end our afternoon update, but you can join us again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper or email updates, or better yet, you can like us on Facebook. If you're out and about Barbados Today, you can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or via ScreenPay at a supermarket or gas station near you. Also tune in to Lime TV channel 101 for all the very latest news and sports. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon, and we'll see you again later on today.
This news update is brought to you by
I run from me to me.
For me?
Yes. You don't need speakers, right?
Upgrade to win every week with Lime. Sign up for Lime TV or broadband or purchase an iPhone 6 or Samsung Note 4. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.